The church bells tolled ominously as Laurel Thompson stood at the altar, her white gown feeling like a straitjacket. In the front pew, her father, the powerful senator from New York, beamed with pride, oblivious to the storm raging inside her. But when the doors burst open and Jordan Ray stormed in screaming, "She's mine! This wedding is a lie!" the congregation gasped, and Laurel's world crumbled in an instant, her secret life exposed, her family's legacy in ruins, and the love she thought was unbreakable now the weapon that could destroy her. Laurel froze, her heart pounding like a drum in a silent room. The guests murmured, "Phone's already out," capturing the scandal that would hit the tabloids by morning. Jordan, with her wild dark hair and tear-streaked face, looked desperate, not triumphant, as security dragged her away. In the chaos that followed, Laurel's father, Senator Robert Thompson, pulled her into the vestry. His face was a mask of fury, veins bulging on his forehead. "What the hell was that, Lauralandra? Who is that woman?" he demanded, his voice low but lethal. Laurel swallowed hard, her mind racing. She'd hidden her relationship with Jordan for 2 years, ever since they met at an art gallery opening in Manhattan. Jordan, the free-spirited painter from Brooklyn, had been her escape from the suffocating expectations of her upper-class life. But now, on her wedding day to Michael, the politically perfect match her parents had arranged, everything was unraveling. She's just a friend, Dad. She must be drunk or something," Laurel lied, her voice trembling. But the look in his eyes told her he didn't believe it. He grabbed her arm, his grip tight. "Fix this. Now. Or you'll regret it." As the wedding was called off amid whispers and stares, Laurel slipped away to her apartment in the Upper East Side. Her phone buzzed incessantly, texts from her mother, frantic voicemails from Michael, and nothing from Jordan. She collapsed on the couch, burying her face in her hands. How had it come to this? She'd planned to end things with Jordan quietly after the honeymoon, to bury her true self for the sake of her family's reputation. But Jordan's outburst had forced her hand. That night, unable to sleep, Laurel replayed their last conversation. Jordan had begged her not to go through with the marriage. "You're living a lie, Laurel. For what? Your dad's Senate seat? We could be happy together." Laurel had pushed her away, saying it was impossible. "My family would disown me. Society would crucify us. I can't lose everything." But now she had lost everything anyway. The next morning the headlines screamed, "Senator's daughter's wedding crashed by mystery woman, lesbian affair rumors swirl." Laurel's phone rang, it was her father. "Come home. We need to talk." The Thompson family estate in the Hamptons was a fortress of old money and older prejudices. As Laurel drove up the winding driveway, she felt like a prisoner heading to execution. Her mother, Eleanor, greeted her at the door with a cold embrace. "Your father is in his study. He's furious." Robert Thompson sat behind his massive oak desk, a glass of scotch in hand. "Sit down, Lauralandra." His tone left no room for argument. "Explain yourself." Laurel took a deep breath. "Dad, it's true. Jordan and we're in love. But I was going to end it. I swear." His face darkened. "Love? With a woman? Do you have any idea what this does to our family? To my career? The conservative donors, the church groups, they'll abandon us." "I know, but..." "No buts." He slammed his fist on the desk. "You're my only child, the heiress to all this. You think you can throw it away for some fling? You'll deny everything. We'll say she was a disgruntled ex-employee or something. And you'll marry Michael as soon as we can reschedule." Laurel's stomach twisted. "I can't do that, Dad. Not anymore." He stood up, towering over her. "You will. Or you're cut off. No trust fund, no inheritance, nothing. You'll be on the street." The words hit like a punch. Laurel had always known her father's love was conditional, tied to her role in his perfect family image. But hearing it spelled out crushed her. She left the estate in tears, driving back to the city with a heavy heart. That evening, Jordan showed up at her door, bruised from the scuffle at the church. "Laurel, I'm sorry. I couldn't let you marry him." Laurel pulled her inside, anger and relief mixing. "You ruined everything. My family knows now. They're threatening to disown me." Jordan's eyes widened. "Then come with me. We can start over. I have a small savings, we can make it work." But Laurel hesitated. The life she'd known, luxury, status, security, was slipping away. Could she really give it all up for love? As they argued late into the night, Laurel made her first painful choice. She asked Jordan to leave, saying she needed time to think. Alone again, Laurel stared at her reflection in the mirror. The poised lawyer, the dutiful daughter. Who was she really? The decision loomed like a shadow, and she knew whatever she chose, someone would get hurt. Days turned into a tense limbo. Laurel avoided her parents' calls, throwing herself into work at her law firm. But whispers followed her in the hallways, colleagues glancing sideways, clients canceling meetings. The scandal was spreading. One afternoon, her best friend from college, Sarah, called. "Laurel, we need to meet. It's important." They met at a quiet cafe in Greenwich Village. Sarah looked nervous, fidgeting with her coffee. "I heard about the wedding. And Jordan." Laurel nodded warily. "Yeah, it's a mess." Sarah leaned in. "Look, I didn't want to say this, but Jordan's not who you think. She's been seeing someone else. I saw them together last week at a bar in Brooklyn." Laurel's world tilted. "What? No, that's impossible. I have proof." Sarah slid her phone across the table, showing blurry photos of Jordan laughing with another woman, their hands intertwined. Betrayal stabbed deep. Laurel stormed out, heading straight to Jordan's studio apartment. Bursting in, she confronted her. "How could you? While I was risking everything for us." Jordan paled. "Laurel, it's not what it looks like. She's just a friend. A friend you hold hands with? Save it." Laurel threw the phone at her feet, the photos damning evidence. As Jordan stammered explanations, Laurel felt the walls closing in. Her family's pressure, society's judgment, and now this betrayal, it was too much. She left, slamming the door, vowing to cut Jordan out of her life. But back home, doubt crept in. Was Sarah telling the truth? They'd been friends for years, but Sarah had always been close to Laurel's family. Could this be a setup? The next day, Laurel dug deeper, calling mutual friends. Whispers emerged. Sarah had been paid by Laurel's father to plant the doubt. The photos were staged. Fury boiled over. Laurel confronted Sarah at her office. "How much did my dad pay you to betray me?" Sarah's face crumpled. "He said it was for your own good, to save you from ruining your life." The admission was a gut punch. Laurel's own father, orchestrating lies to control her. She cut ties with Sarah on the spot, but the damage was done. Trust shattered. Laurel realized the web of manipulation around her. In the midst of this, Jordan reached out again. "Please believe me. I would never cheat." Laurel met her in Central Park, the autumn leaves crunching underfoot. They talked for hours, Jordan explaining the friend was her cousin visiting from out of town. Proof came via family photos. Relief washed over Laurel, but so did resentment. "Why didn't you tell me? I didn't think it mattered. But now everything's falling apart because of me." They embraced, but Laurel pulled back. "My family's too powerful. They'll keep coming." Jordan's eyes hardened. "Then fight them. Or are you going to let them win?" The choice hung heavy. That night, Laurel made a decision. She'd confront her father, come clean completely. But as she prepared, a knock at the door brought unexpected news. A letter from her mother's lawyer. Eleanor was filing for divorce from Robert, citing years of emotional abuse. The revelation stunned Laurel. Her perfect family was a facade. Digging into it, she uncovered more. Her father had hidden affairs, financial scandals, and worst, a secret about her own birth. Laurel stared at the documents her mother's lawyer had delivered, her hands shaking. Among the divorce papers was a sealed envelope addressed to her. Inside, a birth certificate, not the one she'd seen before. This one listed her mother as Eleanor Thompson, but her father, blank. A note from Eleanor. "It's time you knew the truth. Meet me tomorrow." The shock rippled through her like an earthquake. All her life, she'd idolized her father, shaped herself to fit his mold. Now doubt seeded everything. She met her mother at a discreet hotel in Midtown. Eleanor looked frail, her usual poise cracked. "Laurel, your father isn't your biological father. I had an affair years ago. Robert knew, but he raised you as his own to keep appearances." Laurel's mind reeled. "Who is he? My real father?" Eleanor hesitated. "A man I loved briefly. He passed away last year. But Robert used it to control me all these years. Threatened to expose it if I left. The pieces clicked. Her father's iron grip on the family wasn't just ambition. It was fear of his own secrets unraveling. Why tell me now? Because of what happened at the wedding. I saw you suffering the same way I did, hiding who you are. I can't let him destroy you too. Tears welled in Laurel's eyes. For the first time, she saw her mother not as the silent enabler, but as a victim trapped in the same cage. They hugged, a tentative bridge forming. But the revelation fueled Laurel's resolve. She confronted her father at his campaign office, the walls lined with posters of his smiling face. I know the truth. You're not my father. Robert's expression flickered, surprise, then anger. Eleanor told you? That woman. Save it. You've lied to us all. And now you're trying to force me into a life I don't want. He leaned back in his chair, calculating. What do you want, Laurel? Money? Freedom? Name your price. I want you to leave me alone. Accept who I am. He laughed bitterly. Accept? In this world, you'll be ruined. No career, no friends. Society doesn't forgive people like you. The words stung, echoing the prejudices she'd internalized. But Laurel stood firm. I'd rather be ruined than live a lie like you. She walked out, heart racing but empowered. Back with Jordan, she shared everything. My family's imploding. But maybe that's what I needed to break free. Jordan held her close. We can face it together. Yet, external pressures mounted. At work, her boss called her in. Laurel, the scandal's affecting clients. We're putting you on leave. Losing her job felt like another blow. Whispers in social circles turned to outright shunning. Old friends ghosted her, invitations dried up. Jordan's world wasn't immune. Her art gallery pulled her upcoming show, citing controversy. They say my association with you is bad for business, Jordan said bitterly. Guilt gnawed at Laurel. This is my fault. Maybe we should. No, Jordan interrupted. We're in this now. But we need a plan. They decided to go public, control the narrative. Laurel scheduled an interview with a progressive news outlet. I'm gay, she declared on camera. And I'm in love with Jordan. My family's tried to silence me, but no more. The interview exploded online. Support poured in from LGBTQ+ groups, but so did hate threats, slurs, protests outside her apartment. Her father retaliated, leaking stories to conservative media. Senator's daughter in delusional affair. Family devastated. He painted her as unstable, influenced by radical elements. The backlash intensified. Jordan's studio was vandalized, paint smeared across her canvases with hateful words. This is the price, Jordan said, cleaning up the mess, her voice steady but eyes fearful. Laurel felt the weight. Are we strong enough? Jordan nodded. We have to be. Amid the storm, a surprising ally emerged, Michael, her ex-fiancé. He called apologetic. I knew about you and Jordan. Your dad pressured me to propose. But I can't stand by while he destroys you. Michael provided dirt. Recordings of Robert bribing officials, hiding campaign funds. Use this. Take him down. The moral dilemma tore at Laurel. Expose her father, the man who raised her, and risk jail time for him, or let him continue his manipulations. She agonized for days, pacing her apartment. Jordan urged caution. Think about what this does to your mom, to you. But the decision crystallized when Robert called, threatening to sue for defamation. You'll regret crossing me. Laurel leaked the files anonymously to the press. The scandal hit like a bomb. Senator Thompson implicated in corruption, daughter's betrayal? Robert's world crumbled. Resignation calls, investigations. He showed up at Laurel's door broken. How could you? I gave you everything. You gave me conditions, not love, Laurel replied, closing the door. The victory was bittersweet. Her mother thanked her, finally free, but the family ties were severed. Laurel and Jordan moved to a quieter part of Brooklyn, trying to rebuild. Yet doubts lingered. Had she gone too far? The public eye shifted. Some hailed her as a hero, others as a traitor. As they settled into their new life, a new conflict arose. Jordan received an offer for a residency in Europe, a dream opportunity, but it meant leaving Laurel behind for a year. I can't go without you, Jordan said. But you have to. It's your career. The choice loomed, echoing past sacrifices. Laurel encouraged her, but inside, fear of abandonment grew. Before Jordan decided, another blow. Laurel's biological father's family reached out. He left you an inheritance. But they want to meet. Meeting them in Chicago, Laurel discovered a half-sister, Mia, welcoming and open. Dad always regretted not knowing you. The warmth contrasted her cold upbringing. But it stirred identity questions. Who was she without the Thompson name? Returning home, Laurel shared with Jordan. Maybe this is a fresh start. Jordan smiled. For both of us. But as Jordan packed for Europe, tension built. What if distance breaks us? We'll make it work, Laurel promised, but uncertainty gnawed. Jordan's departure to Paris left a void in Laurel's life. The apartment felt empty. Echoes of their laughter now silent. Video calls bridged the gap, but time zones and busy schedules strained them. I miss you, Jordan said one night, her face pixelated on the screen. The art scene here is amazing, but it's not the same without you. Laurel forced a smile. I'm proud of you. Focus on your work. But alone, Laurel grappled with isolation. Her law career stalled. Firms hesitant to hire the scandal girl. She took freelance work, defending LGBTQ+ clients pro bono, finding purpose but little pay. Society's judgment persisted. At a networking event, a former colleague sneered. So you're the one who took down her own dad. Family values much. The comment stung, reinforcing her outcast status. Her mother's support helped. Eleanor moved to a condo in the city, rebuilding her life. I'm proud of you, Laurel. You did what I couldn't. Yet, guilt over her father's downfall lingered. Robert faced trial, his health deteriorating. A letter arrived. You've destroyed me. Was it worth it? Laurel crumpled it, but the question haunted her. Had her quest for truth cost too much? In Paris, Jordan thrived, her paintings selling out. But whispers reached Laurel, photos of Jordan at parties with a glamorous curator, Elise. Close poses, lingering touches. Jealousy flared. On a call, Laurel confronted her. Who's Elise? Jordan laughed it off. Just a colleague. You're paranoid. But doubt seeded, echoing the earlier betrayal setup. Laurel hired a private investigator. A low point but desperation one. The report confirmed. Innocent networking. Relieved, Laurel apologized. I'm sorry. The distance is killing me. Jordan's voice softened. Come visit. We need time together. Laurel flew to Paris, the reunion passionate. Wandering the Seine, they recommitted. No more secrets, Jordan promised. But during the trip, Elise approached Laurel privately. Jordan's talented but fragile. Be careful not to hold her back. The warning irked Laurel. Was she a burden? Back in New York, Laurel received news. Her father's trial date set. He wanted her to testify for him. The request tore her. Refuse and seal his fate. Agree and betray her principles. She visited him in jail. His once imposing figure shrunken. Laurel, please. Tell them I was a good father. For old times. You weren't, she said quietly. You controlled us. His eyes pleaded. I did it to protect you. The world is cruel to people like you. The irony burned. Like me? Or like the real you hiding your flaws? He sighed. Maybe both. Leaving, Laurel wrestled with empathy. He was flawed but human. In court, she testified honestly. He raised me, but with conditions. The corruption was his choice. The verdict, guilty. Robert got 5 years. Media frenzy followed. Daughter's testimony sinks senator. Hate mail poured in, accusing Laurel of patricide. Protests outside her home escalated to threats. Jordan cut her residency short, returning. I couldn't stay away. You need me. Grateful, Laurel leaned on her. But resentment simmered. Jordan had given up her dream. You're here out of pity, Laurel accused one night. No, out of love, Jordan retorted. But you're pushing me away. The argument escalated, old wounds reopening. You crashed my wedding. Started all this. And you chose your family over me first. They slept apart, the rift widening. Seeking solace, Laurel connected with her half-sister Mia. Visits to Chicago brought perspective. Mia's family accepted her orientation without fanfare. Love is love, Mia said. Inspired, Laurel proposed therapy for her and Jordan. Sessions unearthed deep issues. Laurel's abandonment fears, Jordan's need for independence. Progress was slow but breakthroughs came. I forgive you, Laurel told Jordan. For everything. Yet society struck again. A conservative group sued Laurel for defaming her father, dragging her name through mud. The trial loomed, forcing Laurel to relive traumas. Jordan stood by her, but the stress cracked their bond. During a heated session, Jordan confessed, I almost cheated in Paris. With Elise. I was lonely. The admission shattered Laurel. Almost? Or did you? Almost. I stopped myself. Betrayal's ghost returned. Laurel stormed out, questioning everything. Days of silence followed. Jordan begged forgiveness. It was a moment of weakness. I love you. Laurel weighed the cost. Forgive and risk more pain, or end it and face loneliness. She chose forgiveness but with boundaries. We rebuild trust or it's over. As they navigated, Laurel's lawsuit dismissed, a win but Pyrrhic. Public opinion shifted slightly with support growing. Her career rebounded. A progressive firm hired her. Life stabilized but scars remained. Then a final twist. Eleanor's health declined, cancer. Laurel cared for her, bonding deeply. In her last days, Eleanor whispered, live authentically. Don't pay the price I did. Eleanor's passing united Laurel and Mia, forging new family ties. With Jordan, they planned a future marriage, perhaps adoption. But doubts persisted. Had the battles been worth it? In the wake of Eleanor's funeral, Laurel found herself adrift in a sea of grief and reflection. The service in a quiet New York chapel was attended by a mix of old family friends and new allies from the LGBTQ+ community. Jordan held her hand throughout, a silent pillar. Back home, sorting through Eleanor's belongings, Laurel discovered journals. Pages filled with regrets, unspoken loves, and the affair that led to her birth. I wish I'd been brave like you, one entry read. The words fueled Laurel's determination to honor her mother's memory by living openly. She and Jordan announced their engagement on social media, a bold step amid lingering backlash. Congratulations flooded in, but so did vitriol. A particularly vicious online campaign targeted Jordan's art, boycotting her exhibits. It's never ending, Jordan sighed, staring at hateful comments. Laurel hugged her. We fight back. Together. They organized a charity event, an art auction for LGBTQ+ rights. It drew crowds, turning negativity into advocacy. But internally, strains persisted. Jordan's almost infidelity lingered like a shadow. In therapy, Laurel admitted, I forgive, but I don't forget. Jordan nodded. I understand. I'll earn your trust. Progress came in small acts, date nights, honest talks. Yet, a new conflict arose, children. Laurel wanted to adopt. Jordan hesitated. I've seen how society treats families like ours, Jordan said. The bullying, the judgment. Laurel argued, we can protect them. Give them the love I never had. The debate intensified, revealing deeper fears. Jordan's own upbringing, abandoned by her parents for her orientation, made her wary. One evening, after a heated argument, Jordan left for a walk. Hours passed, Laurel worried. When Jordan returned, she had news. I visited an adoption agency. Let's do it. Joy mixed with apprehension. They started the process, navigating bureaucratic hurdles and home studies. Society's prejudices surfaced. Caseworkers questioning their stability. Neighbors whispering. A particularly grueling interview ended with the worker saying, traditional families have advantages. Laurel bit back anger. Love is the advantage. They persisted, but the stress mounted. Jordan's art suffered. She hit a creative block. You're sacrificing again, Laurel said guiltily. No, Jordan replied. This is our choice. As approval neared, a bombshell. Robert from prison petitioned for contact. I want to make amends. Laurel debated. Meet him and risk reopening wounds. Ignore and deny closure. She visited, guards flanking. Robert looked aged, remorseful. I'm sorry, Laurel. For everything. Tears came. Why now? Time to reflect. I was wrong about you, about love. Forgiveness flickered. I can't forget, but maybe we can move forward. They talked tentatively, bridging years of hurt. Back home, Laurel shared with Jordan. It's a start. Jordan smiled. Healing takes time. With adoption approved, they welcomed Lily, a 5-year-old with bright eyes and a shy smile. Parenthood brought joy and challenges. Lily faced teasing at school. You have 2 moms? That's weird. Laurel comforted her, but inside, rage boiled at the world's cruelty. They advocated, speaking at events, pushing for change. But personal tolls accumulated. Jordan's health faltered. Stress-induced migraines. You need a break, Laurel urged. Jordan agreed to a solo retreat. Alone with Lily, Laurel managed but missed her partner. Upon return, Jordan seemed distant. I met someone at the retreat. We talked. A lot. Laurel's heart sank. Talked. Yes. But it made me realize. I love you, but I'm exhausted from the fights. The confession hung heavy. Are you leaving? No. But we need space. They separated temporarily, Jordan moving to a friend's couch. Laurel, with Lily, felt the void acutely. Co-parenting strained, arguments over schedules. In solitude, Laurel reflected on choices, the wedding crash, exposures, battles. Each had a price. Lost family, careers, trust. Reconciliation came slowly. A family therapy session broke the ice. I want us back, Jordan admitted. Laurel nodded. Me too. But stronger. They reunited, vowing communication. As life normalized, a final test. Robert's release. He wanted to meet Lily. Laurel hesitated. He's changed, but... Jordan supported. Your call. The meeting was awkward, but Robert's gentleness surprised. She's beautiful. Like you. A fragile family mended. Yet questions lingered. Had authenticity been worth the pain? With Robert's tentative reintegration, Laurel's life entered a fragile equilibrium. Family dinners, awkward at first, became routine, Robert bonding with Lily over stories, careful not to overstep. But society's undercurrents persisted. At Lily's school play, parents stared, murmurs about that family. Laurel confronted one problem. The woman backed off, but the incident shook her. Will it ever stop? She asked Jordan later. Probably not. But we're teaching Lily resilience. Indeed, Lily thrived, her drawings full of 2 moms and a grandpa. Professionally, Laurel rose, partner at her firm, championing discrimination cases. Jordan's art flourished, a series on identity selling globally. Yet, inner conflicts resurfaced. Laurel discovered Jordan texting Elise again. Innocent, but secretive. Why hide it? Laurel demanded. I didn't want to worry you. Trust frayed anew. We can't keep doing this. They recommitted in couples counseling, but patterns emerged. Laurel's control issues, Jordan's flight tendencies. A crisis hit when Lily fell ill. A rare condition requiring expensive treatment. Finances strained. Laurel's inheritance from her biological father helped, but pride made her hesitate. Take it, Jordan urged. For Lily. Swallowing ego, Laurel did. The surgery succeeded, but the scare bonded them deeper. In recovery, Lily asked, why do some people hate us? Laurel explained gently. Fear of different. But love wins. The moment awakened Laurel. She launched a foundation, support for LGBTQ+ families, funded by her stories book deal. The book, Shattered Secrets, became a bestseller, sparking debates on family, identity, ethics. Interviews followed. Was exposing your father right? Laurel pondered. It was necessary, but painful. Robert, in interviews, admitted faults. I learned from my daughter. Reconciliation deepened. He volunteered at her foundation. But betrayal struck again from within. A board member, a supposed ally, leaked internal docs, accusing mismanagement. Investigation cleared them, but damage done, donors fled. Laurel suspected sabotage. Conservative remnants tied to her father's old allies. Confronting Robert, he denied. I've changed. Proof emerged. Not him but Mia, jealous of Laurel's spotlight, wanting the inheritance split. The revelation crushed. Why, Mia? You swooped in, took everything. Dad's legacy should be mine. Laurel cut ties, heartbroken. Family blood or chosen could wound. With Jordan they weathered. We're our own family. As years passed, highs and lows blended. Lily graduated elementary proud and strong. Laurel and Jordan renewed vows privately, affirming commitment. Reflecting, Laurel wondered about paths not taken. The wedding to Michael safe but empty. Hiding her love, comfortable but soul-crushing. The choices, confrontations, exposures, forgivenesses. Each exacted a toll. Lost friends, health scares, trust battles. But gains. Authenticity, love, purpose. In the end, as they watched Lily play in the park, Laurel turned to Jordan. Was it worth it? Jordan smiled. Every scar. The story closes, leaving a question. In the pursuit of personal truth, is betraying one's family ever truly justified?